London, 1871. In a narrow alley behind a row of soot-stained houses, the windows flicker with the faintest candlelight. The city sleeps under a heavy curtain of smoke and fog, but in one tenement flat, footsteps creak on worn wooden boards. A woman named Margaret Lane tightens the shawl over her shoulders and prepares for a night of work. Margaret is a midwife, a role somewhere between healer, servant, and secret keeper. In a city bursting with laborers, children, and the constant threat of illness, birth is both miracle and danger. Tonight she has been summoned to attend to a woman in labor on Mackerel Street. She gathers her tools, linen cloths, a jar of carbolic, worn scissors, and a flask of gin. No hospital, no formal training, only experience, and the memory of a dozen births gone well, and half a dozen that hadn't. Her hands are steady, her eyes sharp. Outside, the fog clings to the gas lamps like cobwebs. Her boots click along cobbles, slick with coal dust. She hears a scream in the distance, not hers, not yet. London lives and breathes in shadows. The home she enters is cramped and warm from the laboring woman's sweat and the small coal fire. The husband wrings his hands, pacing. 3 other children sleep in a corner. The mother, Ellen, lies on a straw mattress, face red, hair matted. Margaret works quickly. She soothes, checks the dilation, offers the gin. She speaks calmly, almost rhythmically. The labor is slow, but not unusual. The woman grits her teeth and breathes heavily. Outside, dogs bark, and a church bell tolls. The night stretches on. Hours pass. Margaret changes cloths, wipes sweat, whispers encouragement. The baby is turned wrong. She feels it. A breach. Her heart beats faster, but she keeps her voice soft. Ellen sobs. Margaret gives her more gin. She presses her hand to the belly, carefully, guides the child, speaks quietly. The room smells of iron and heat. One more push, another. Then, a cry. A girl. Margaret cuts the cord and wraps the baby in flannel. The mother weeps, half in relief, half in exhaustion. The husband kisses Margaret's hand. She doesn't speak of the blood soaked into her sleeves. She stays another hour, helps Ellen to drink, tucks the baby in the mother's arms, cleans her tools. Then she slips out silently, her face unreadable in the gaslight. Her next call is not far. A woman on Water Lane with her 7th child. The husband is drunk, unhelpful. The room stinks of spilled beer. Margaret steps over a broken bottle. She's seen worse. This labor is fast, violent. The baby comes before she can boil water. The mother screams and nearly faints. Margaret catches the baby just in time. A boy, breathing but weak. She slaps his back, rubs his feet. He cries, a tiny, pitiful sound. She swaddles him quickly. There's too much bleeding. Margaret applies pressure, uses her cloths, tells the husband to hold his wife's hand. He grunts. Margaret stares at him coldly. After an hour, the bleeding slows. The mother sleeps. The boy sleeps. Margaret sits still, wiping her hands. 2 births, 2 survivors. It's a good night. She returns home near dawn. Her own room is small. A single cot. 1 cracked mirror. A shelf lined with old jars and laudanum bottles. She removes her boots, pours a splash of gin, and sinks into the cot. The city is waking now. She hears the clang of milk carts, the shout of a boy selling newspapers. Her hands still shake slightly. She sleeps for 3 hours. Then another knock. This time it's not labor. It's death. A young girl, 15, died in childbirth in a boarding house on Chapel Row. Margaret arrives too late. The girl's body lies cold, pale, legs still parted. A neighbor weeps. The landlord complains about the smell. Margaret wraps the girl respectfully, cleans her, finds the child, a stillborn boy, in a basin by the bed. She says nothing, leaves coins for a burial cloth, tells the neighbor she'll report it to the coroner. She walks home slower this time. The weight of loss sticks like soot in her throat. She remembers her first delivery years ago, a coal worker's wife in Camden. That baby had died too. She still dreams of that night. Margaret is not a healer. She is a witness. To screams, to silences, to secrets never told. One afternoon, a wealthy lady summons her. A discreet situation, unmarried, pregnant, ashamed. Margaret performs the procedure in the lady's basement with towels and laudanum. There is no record. There will be no name. She is paid in coins and silence. Another evening, a young wife insists her baby is cursed. It won't stop crying. Margaret finds a pin stuck in its clothes, a cruel trick from a jealous servant, perhaps. She removes it, soothes the child. The mother weeps with guilt. Margaret sees all sides of motherhood, the joy, the terror, the grief, and the madness. She keeps no diary, only memory. In spring, a cholera scare shuts down several streets. Margaret dons a scarf soaked in vinegar and continues her work. She delivers 2 children in 1 week who later die from fever. She comforts the mothers, even when she can't save the babies. She never had children of her own. Once, years ago, there was a man. He left when he learned what she did, called it unclean. She never corrected him. Now she has no one, just the city and its endless cycle of birth, blood, and silence. But sometimes, in quiet moments, she remembers a child's first cry, a mother's trembling joy, a candle flickering in the dark. She remembers why she does it. Because someone must. Because even in the shadow of death, life insists on being born. Because someone has to bear witness.